What's going on? Back with another one. Finally doing the little bit of a hone out or a little bit of a port and a polish on this K24 intake manifold, factory K24 intake manifold. I got that one off my brother, so finally attacking that. All I'm really using it so far is a drill, good old drill with a sanding flap disc on it. It's a Brumby, I think it's a 320 grit. Sorry, this one's a 60 grit, the next one's a 320 grit. And we are simply just, on the end of the drill, just slowly attacking them, working away all the casting marks. As you can see, there's that line that runs down there. There was one on this side as well. They run on all of them. So we'll clean up all these, and yeah, I've just got it screwed down with a couple of screws, just down to one of my workhorses, just to hold it still for me. I've left the gasket on there, just so we don't scratch up the faces of that. So if we nick it a bit, we're just going to nick the gasket. We'll just buy a new one of them when we decide to put it on. I'm also going to attack all the outside with the flappy disc as well, try and give it all a nice polish up, get rid of all these casting lines and whatnot, all the marks. You can see all the cast marks. Try and get rid of all them, make it look a bit snazzy. But yeah, it's pretty simple stuff so far. As I said, this one's just one that we got off the parts car, so, or off my brother's, or yeah, in your case probably a parts car. Alright, after spending probably like an hour maybe, just, you know, back and forth from down each channel. I've worked it down as best as I could with a 60 grit. Just got all those casting marks out and kind of opened them up a bit bigger. They're like all really pretty well, they all feel kind of the same size. I've got calipers which I measure that soon. But yeah, anyways, the main thing we're trying to do anyways is get rid of all those castings and clean up the surfaces as best as possible, making them nice and smooth. So now we've stepped it up to a 120. There's a 60, and now we're on a 120. 40mm flat wheel is what we're using. So just like that, like so, 40mm, 120 flat wheel. I've got mine, I just soak them in a little bit of water first, just helps. It's just nicer finish, nicer smoother finish. Yeah, and then just go over that again for, I don't know, just try and clean it up all as best as possible. Just inspect it all with a torch is my advice for that. Sort of, you know, give it all a bit of a clean with some parts cleaner, so you sort of know what you're looking for. But yeah, we're getting there.
can't stand seeing with someone else, so I
few hours, a few battery changes, motorbike ride, Halloween, a couple other bits and bobs. Anyways, we're there. Got all these runners absolutely perfect how I wanted them. The throttle body, I thought I'd match the thickness, so it's like even thickness all the way through, so it's a nice, smooth, perfectly round, straight in. And as for the plenum bit, we got down all these runners here, as far down as we can with the drill, and same in here. Got all in there as best as we can with the drill. Obviously we can't get right deep down in there. It's just not physically possible unless we cut it in half. But yeah, that's a bit of a port. I wouldn't necessarily call it a polish. After doing a bit more research, you don't necessarily want to polish anything with a fuel injection. You'll go what's called wet your plugs, which is basically foul your plugs with just fuel. You're better off having good turbulence, from what research and what I've been told, is so just try and keep it a bit rough. That's why I roughed up this one here quite a bit, so it gets mad turbulence going in through the throttle body before it even gets to the plenum, to then that part. I'm just going to leave the outside roughed up, like scratched as hell like that, because it looks better than casting, and why not? Same as on this one. Just because, why not? No one else is probably running it like that. Yeah, stay tuned for the install. All I ended up having to use was some 60 grit flappers. I ended up ditching the 120s and a wire wheel and a DeWalt drill. That's all I used. Oh, sorry, and a little like an extension pole for your flap disc. So you just use an Allen key to put in your flap disc, which then gives you like an extension on your drill. Sorry about the messy shed. Jesus.